before we left off, I believe you have some more safety gear here?
Right, Mark, and what I'd like to show you right now is just two different types of flares. In the Navy we use a pin flare. It's very similar to this, and you can pick up one of these items on the outside at a pretty reasonable price, and it's a very effective means of doing one of two things. The primary thing that's used for is a signaling device, and by that I'm talking about you just take a regular flare such as this and you screw it into the end of the gun itself, and then when it's time to signal you just release the mechanism and it will fire the flare. Very effective means, goes to anywhere from 150 to 400 feet in the air and can be seen up to 20-30 miles away depending on the conditions. Also, the other thing it can be used for is a weapon. You can shoot large fish if you're going to be out there for a while, of course. There's a lot of fish out there. And also, I want to stress the importance of not getting it while in an armed position near anybody or pointing it in the direction of it, because it is a lethal weapon. By using phosphorus to burn, it actually has the caliber of a .38, but it's more dangerous than that because it burns through the body.
Yeah, it just continues to burn.
Right,
yeah.
Continues to burn, and it's very effective.
So I would keep the flares separate from that, but on the life vest in a survival situation in heavy seas, you want them together.
Sure. And again, you want to tie all this gear in. Along the same lines, there's a Mark 13 signal flare. Now this is a day-night signal flare, and one end is designed to give out a orange smoke, and the other end is designed to give out a small flame so that you can use it at night. And that's part of the advantage of this here, is because you can use one side and not use the other, and then if you have to, you can use the other one. Of course, you can use either one of them if the necessity arises, but I recommend to use the day end for the day end and the night end for the night end.
And read the instructions.
And read the instructions, yeah. And before you get into a survival situation especially. And last but not least is just a small portable life preserver. Now this life preserver you can pick up just about anywhere else, but one of the things that I like about this type of life preserver, Mark,
hold it up,
is that you can take this life preserver, and because it has Velcro sides on it, you can virtually take the bladder assembly completely right out of the cover itself. And by doing this, you can sew on little pockets right onto the outside of the vest itself without taking a chance of puncturing the bladder itself, and sew little pockets on it to put a lot of this survival equipment on it. It's a very effective means of mounting the personal mounted equipment. And along the same lines, it comes with oral inflation valves. You can orally inflate it there.
Do these, let me ask you how, here, they look like they have a valve. Do you just blow in there and the air can go in but not out?
Right. It's just a one-way check valve on both of these. And again, it's a very effective means of ensuring that you have a full life preserver, because if you get in a survival situation, you spring a small leak, you want to keep air into this item as much as possible.
That's also kind of nice in that the regular, life vests are kind of bulky to work up on deck, and they get caught on things.
A lot of people, they just don't like to wear a life preserver, and I can't stress the importance of that enough. One of the other things that this life preserver has on it is a C-activated light marker, and it works in accordance with the C itself. And as you notice, there's the bulb there, and there's a small battery packet right here. You pull the yellow orange D-ring here, and by contacting with salt water, it starts a battery to start working.
And this will start blinking.
Right. Well, it doesn't blink, it's a solid light.
Or solid light.
Right.
And what do we have on the bottom here?
Okay, on the bottom here, you've got the two inflation assemblies themselves, activated by CO2, and then you've got the waist strap itself. It can fit the normal person anywhere from a size 25-inch waist on up to about a 50-inch waist. And along those same lines, I'd like to stress the importance of making the survival gear something that is readily accessible, because in an emergency situation, Mark, you aren't going to have time to go hunting through the whole boat to find this. So if you can't mount it on the vest itself, at least put it in a brightly colored bag, and hopefully something that'll float that you can throw over the side.
I do that. I have a red bag, light Dacron bag, that I keep my wallet and survival things in. That should the boat go down, it's readily accessible, and I can throw it overboard. There's a inflated pillow in there.
Right.
A regular raft, type pillow.
Excellent means.
And I can just throw it and it's going to float. But on that, I did want to ask you too, how do you deflate it? You said this is one-way check valve. So how do you get rid of the
when
air?
it comes to the time that you have to deflate it, there's a couple different means of doing that. And primarily the easiest way is just to squeeze the assembly itself, and it'll let the air out.
And on that note, we're going to have to go. I do appreciate your being here.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Watch Captain's Log and be safe. Thank you.